That'd be Detective
You know what I was thinking?
Yes, Mom.
And that would be me.
Oh, I'm muted. Can you hear me?
This is Carol. It's Mayor Sheehan. I'm standing outside your front door. In the fucking freezing cold. This is Carol.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Carol.
I'm Catherine, by the way. I'm 47. I'm divorced. I live with my sister, who's a recovering heroin addict. I've 2 grown-up children, one dead, one who doesn't speak to me, and a grandson, so...
We need them to talk to us. So don't say you're from homicide, just say LAPD. When people see you at their door and you say homicide, you lose them. And any chance of learning something useful.
Your mum says you won't speak to anyone. Should she worry? Sometimes when people are silent, it's because they're afraid of what they might say.
We have ample evidence that this assault did occur.
For what it's worth, I did speak with the club, alumni, and the boys' parents. They have a different story.
Don't they always?
I think we need to search the court. Rena's been missing for 3 days.
All right, look, if you want to take this to the dive team, you have my blessing. But it's going to be your name on the operations plan. It's your rep.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that if this girl was found in an alley in Brentwood, this would be front page news. I don't like that there's a backlog of rape DNA of 3,000 cases. I don't like the skirt you wear. I don't like your hairstyle. I don't like that every time a man is within 15 feet of you, you push out your chest and your voice gets all kittenish.
Enough!
Okay. Can I go now?
Ma'am, you want to wait in the car? Backup's on the way.
Do I look like I want to wait in the car?
I'm coming out! Put those guns down or I'll shoot him!
Back up! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it!
Hey, damn it! Hey, everyone, calm down! Calm down! Now listen, there are 2 of us and only one of you. If you shoot him, then we both shoot you. Right, but it doesn't have to go down that way. You put it down.
Dear God. Please help me.
I'm Earl. What do you need?
I get a call for help.
Well, you just did, Grace. Finally.
How do you know my name?
God sent me.
God sent you.
Yeah.
On your knees, nutcase.
Hello, everyone.
oh dang, I'm sorry. I got a little confused there with how we were rolling it.
I don't know if I heard you in the background say, wait. Yeah, I thought
there was like a little lag on my ends at first because I said, I didn't know we were coming like straight off then rolling it, but I love it. It worked out.
Yeah, no, I said, hey, let's do the countdown and let's just do our montage. Ooh, and we didn't get flags. Woo.
Yeah, I did like some semi quality editing.
Oh,
yes,
yes. Yes, so we're back, you guys, for another live stream, and we are counting down our top 10 ladies in blue on the small screen. And this could have been a longer list, but we really kind of tried to narrow it down to kind of our top 10 picks, right?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, 10. I feel like when you do really short lists, whether you have a top 10 or top 5, it really makes you be more strategic and concrete on who you're choosing. But yes, if this was a bigger list, if we did our top 20, oh my God, you could even do like a top 30, 40.
I know. So, we
probably just narrowing it down to 10 was difficult. And there was still people like on this that we refrained from putting on this list after much debate, I must say.
Oh, yes. And I do see Tyrone.
Oh, yeah. So we understand, like, it might be a light, what is it, a Monday night? Very light.
Yeah, very light.
People can catch the replay.
Oh, yes. So, hey, Tyrone, thanks for joining. Okay, so we're just going to get right into our list, I say, right?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. You don't want to keep, we don't want to be here for a long time. Keep it too long.
We all about the briefness. Okay, so our first list, and like we said, we're going to be counting down from 10 to 1. And our first list is a newer show. We went with Cam.
Yes, yes,
Officer
yes.
Cam from Under the Bridge, which was a new series that premiered this year on Hulu. And one thing about this show, I was kind of upset that you couldn't binge it. It kind of did that where you had a new episode every single week. So I was kind of holding my breath waiting for it. But this does follow a true story, and I was trying to make sure I didn't look into the true story because I really wanted to kind of be surprised. But this was a great series. I highly recommend it. What are your thoughts, Kara? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, agreed. I actually watched this after you finished it, so I was able to binge quite easily because I think it was 8 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 8 episodes. I was able to get through them fairly quickly because I waited. That's my pet peeve. I waited till it actually aired all the episodes and then binged them. But agreed, excellent series. Based off of a true story. I too had to refrain from going to Wikipedia or online to figure out who the killer was or like what happens in this case. Exceptional cast. I think they really did a great job in terms of like portraying the real life characters. I enjoyed it. Yep.
Yeah, it follows the disappearance of Rena Burke. You kind of follow a group of young girls in this adolescent home, just a little brief synopsis, and kind of their involvement. Are they involved or not in her disappearance? But Officer Cam Bentlin, which was played by Lily Gladstone.
Yeah, she's great.
She's such a great actress, and I've loved her so far at everything she's done. But her as an officer, what I found about this role, which was interesting, is we see her playing these two halves because she's adopted by a Caucasian family. So she's kind of trying to figure out her birthright, what her place is in life, and how that conflicts with her role as an officer, because she does have a great big
identity, seeking identity.
Yeah, and she has a lot of empathy and compassion. We see how that kind of goes head to head with the job.
Oh, agreed. I think it's not to give cops a bad rep. But what I will say is that she would be the officer that I would seek when I called. Like if I was seeking like police emergency services, she would be the officer that I would want to show up. You can tell like compassionate, caring, seeking justice. And I don't want to give too much away here, but you can see the family dynamics and how that portrays in her becoming a cop based off of who her greater family are and how she shows up on the job versus their takeaways and their initial responses. So that was interesting to see too.
Yeah, I loved seeing that because like you said, you had that the code of blue and kind of how that sometimes goes in this TV series it did. She was kind of always at odds at what she felt was right and kind of being steered to the man on top. You know what I mean? Kind of really choosing which side to kind of go with, really.
Right, agreed. And I agree with Tyrone. I see his comment. I agree, she won't shoot you.
Oh,
exactly, Tyrone. Exactly. I feel confident. Safe. Yeah. She's responding to a call. Valid though.
Yeah, Cam was a great officer. She's the one you want to, because she really listens to you. She really wants to solve the crime. She's really trying to get both sides of the story. And she, like you said, she's very empathetic, and she doesn't let her badge or what the upper management states dictate her and how she kind of navigates that. So I really
wanted to put a reputation on the line to pursue like the right answers and get the right guy or girl, right? In this situation, guy or girl.
Yeah. And I really wanted to put her on. Like I said, is a newer TV series, but I really enjoyed it. Not too sure how many people have seen it, but I wanted to put it on a list because it's one I highly recommend.
Oh, yes. And the good thing about the list, you guys, that we want to highlight is that even though some of the series that we mentioned are no longer running, like that's the beauty about TV. You can go back and you can enmesh yourself in these series and actually get to watch them and experience them, which I love. You can revisit them.
Oh yeah, that's great. And we have a good mix because we have a good mix of some shows like that recently come out, some shows that are still on, and like you said, some shows that are probably years old. But like you said, you could, with the way streaming is nowadays, pretty easy to find.
Right, for sure. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I love that.
Okay, now the next one is a TV series. I didn't really hear many people talking about it. It's an older one, and that's going to be our number 9 pick. And this is Superintendent Teresa Colvin. and this is the Chicago Code.
It's the series, one season, one and done. They didn't
One and done.
by any means.
Yes, but the one thing I loved about the Chicago Code, this premiered in 2011. The one thing I liked about this show was that, yes, it was one and done, but they wrapped it up really succinctly. So if it for just being one season, it doesn't end with any cliffhangers. You're not kind of left with investing in a show and then not having it be renewed. Although I was kind of pissed that this one wasn't renewed, but it was done. It wrapped up neatly in a nice bow. And this one starred Jennifer Beals, a fave.
I love Jennifer Beals.
Love Jennifer Beals.
Yes. We watch anything she's in.
Oh yes, anything she's in. But this was a great one, and I've got some notes on this show, which I thought was so cool, kind of about Teresa. So this takes place again in Chicago, of course, the Chicago Code, and she's the first female superintendent of a 10,000 member police force. So that in itself is a huge thing. So you can imagine what she's kind of met with in this role. So first of all, her being a female and kind of a male-dominated field. She comes right in swinging. She's another one who's all about what's right. She doesn't care about upsetting politicians. She doesn't care about upsetting upper management. She's into dealing with corruption. Great cast in this one. If you guys are familiar with Delroy Lindo, great actor. He plays one of the politicians she's seeking to kind of overturn in this series. But she's an awesome superintendent. She's really up for the job, and she doesn't scare easily.
Oh, agreed. And what I loved about this series is, even though she was a superintendent and you expect her to stay at the desk, she was the first one to be on the front lines. One scene that stood out to me, and I think we shared that in the opening trailer, was when she was meeting who would potentially become her new driver, and they hear over the radio that there's a robbery in progress. And then she's like, "Oh, we're going to respond to that." He said, "Oh, really?" And even when they called, she's like, "Yeah, I'm still a cop. We're both still cops." And even when they call it in, the cars responded, the dispatch was even shocked because they know it was the superintendent. And so basically that scene is iconic because when she gets out of the car with him and he's like, "Oh, ma'am, don't you think you should stay in the car?" And she's like, "What?" It ends from that, "No, I got this. And if anything, you need to take notes from me." So I love that about her. And she was very personable too. So you would think that a woman in this role gets that bad rap of being bitchy or wielding this power, but nope. For the most part, she knew the power she had. She was responsible with it, but also very approachable. And nobody could play this role honestly, but Jennifer Beals, in my opinion. It's some roles you see the person in it and then you can't unsee them. So Teresa Colvin embodied her.
Oh yes, like I said, I missed this series, and I was so sad there was only one season. But this was a great show, and I think you said you could purchase it, right?
Oh yes, sorry you guys. My Chicago Code is not available on any streaming platform. So if you want to see it, you can buy it for $1.99 in SD, $2.99 in HD per episode. But it's available Amazon if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Sidebar, you guys, you may be able to see some full episodes on YouTube. Quotes. Yep.
Yeah, but no, definitely a great one. And I think we just had hi Corey. Okay, awesome. Okay, so that was a great pick. Number 8. And we went with another great series that was on for a couple seasons.
Detective Lydia Adams. Oh, yes.
Oh, Regina King. I mean, what can you say about Regina King?
Oh, my gosh. The list, it would be too long. The list would be a rolling list. When I think of rolling lists, they keep going. That would be for her in terms of all of her characteristics and attributes, in terms of what she brings to the small and big screen, I might add. And so, if anything, if you get a chance, if the main draw, this was an overall stellar cast in general, but the main reason to watch Southland, in my opinion, was for Regina King's portrayal as Detective Lydia Adams. Talk about no nonsense. I could care less who you are. If you my boss, rank and file, the mayor, I'm calling it like I see it. I can't be censored. I won't be silenced. And even her character beyond the badge, she's someone who acted as protective mother, caretaker for her mother. You just saw it was a multi-layered character. I felt like it really expanded on the depth of who she was, behind the shield, and then who she was at the work in work.
And I think it's so great to see the trajectory of her character, because I know one of her things that she strove for was to be a part of a homicide. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we kind of follow her journey through that, and kind of how a homicide detective, we know how they, never off. But like you said, Kara, I totally agree. She's very no nonsense, also very caring, very forefront, trying to protect the good person. And like you said too, a caretaker in terms of taking care of her family. And Regina does such a great. I mean, anything she portrays, she's just an amazing actress.
I mean, you just feel it. It's like palpable. Like she's one of the few actresses that can evoke, like, you feel the emotion, like all of the emotions she's experiencing. Like they literally touch you through the screen. And so it's just believable, and that's not easy by any means. So she had to make the list. She had to make the list.
Oh yes, and I just want to give a little bit of information for Southland, because Southland it premiered. It had 4 seasons for this one, and it premiered on April 9th in 2009 on TNT. And I think this one you can find pretty. Yeah, TNT was great. I mean, for cop shows,
yes,
especially for cop shows.
They were. Come on, TNT. Oh wait, is my TNT? You guys, this didn't make our list, but I have to add this. Was TNT my Rizzoli and Isles too?
Yeah, it was Rizzoli and Isles. Yeah, they had a couple. And another mention that's on our list.
Oh well, this one isn't on our list. There was also TNT Major Crimes.
Oh yeah,
Mary McDonald. Come on, TNT.
But we do know that Major Crimes is a spinoff of something that's on our list.
Oh my gosh! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh, and sidebar, you guys. They disappointed me in my Major Crimes the way y'all took that series. I digress.
Oh yeah, we always say that about the series. Sometimes they go on too long; they don't know when to exit, and sometimes they're too short or they're canceled.
All right, but the good thing about Southland, if you guys want to go back and partake in this epic series, you have 4 seasons to kind of jump into.
So this one you can binge if you want to.
Oh yes.
And then Corey says, you all are always great with the TV list. So many I need to check out.
Oh, thanks, Corey. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Cool. Yeah, we always we do a combination of film and TV. And sometimes, like I said, our letterbox, we so bad we staying updated on it. But usually if there's a gap in the letterbox, that means we're watching TV shows.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. You know what? They should do something. There probably is something.
They do.
Right?
A serialized.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, but we're kind of bad with that too. I gotta update that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we'll be better. So that was our number 8 pick, you guys. So it's Detective Lydia Adams, Southland, played by the magnificent Regina King.
Oh yes, and I'm hoping to see more of her soon.
Oh yeah, she could do no wrong. Director, everything.
Ooh, epic.
Okay, number 7 is Detective Robin.
Yes. Oh, now this.
On Top of the Lake. Played by another great actress, Elizabeth
Moss. My goodness. And this is one series that I will say we get the pleasure of following Detective Robin Griffin not only in one season, but the second season of Top of the Lake. And so that's a good thing. Like we get to enjoy her for 2 full seasons. Talk about a complicated character. And I can't think of Elizabeth Moss is so like layered as an actress. Like this woman, like she's in a really great series that Mika and I are jumping into, The Nail. Hopefully we'll talk about it at a later time. Handmaid's Tale. Oh my God, Mad Men. Come on, Elizabeth Moss.
Movies, one of our favorites, because we love thrillers, horror. The remake of The Invisible Man was.
Come on, Elizabeth Moss. You got to put some respect. So again, she's one of those actresses where we don't need to know what the show is about. If it says Elizabeth Moss is in it, we're there. But in this series, like she doesn't give you a lot. Like this is unique in the sense that just her disposition, her mannerisms, eye contact, her gestures, in her role as Detective Robin Griffin is just so it's like eerie, but also like it draws you in. So you know there's a backstory there. And the good thing about this series is it does a really good job with unearthing a lot of her backgrounds. And we come to find that she's connected quite closely to the young girl the story kind of centers around, initially, at least in the first season. That's what we're talking about here. But how would you describe Top of the Lake?
I'll give a brief synopsis because it doesn't give too much away, because that's the thing. We don't want to spoil anything. Right. But this show premiered in 2013. And wait, and Kira, where can you find Top of the Lake?
Now, this is interesting. Now, Top of the Lake you can watch, thankfully, on Hulu right now. If you want to pay, no commercials. But watching these series with the ads, you guys, is painful, I must say. But you can actually watch it if you have the Sundance channel as well. But I think the easiest way is Hulu.
Okay, and I'll give a brief synopsis. So, the Top of the Lake is set in beautiful backdrop. One of my bucket list countries to visit, in a mountain town in New Zealand. And the miniseries follows the disappearance of a 12-year-old girl, Tui, who was 5 months pregnant. It follows Detective Robin Griffin. She's very inexperienced. This is like a really big case that she's taken on. And it follows her trying to discover where Tui is. And of course, why do we have a 12-year-old girl who's 5 months pregnant? But
right.
Really a great cast.
Holly Hunter's in it.
Holly Hunter. I think season 2 has Nicole Kidman.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the first season the most. But
always, yeah.
But this is a great one. I love Robin. Like you said, she's very layered. We know that she has a past too that she's kind of dealing with, and we see that kind of come out a little bit throughout.
It comes out a lot.
Well, a lot, but it kind of explains a little bit how she kind of delves into how she tackles this case.
Yeah, one thing. Agreed, Mika. And one thing I liked about it too was it was also a series where like she was very unique as being a kind of a few women in a predominantly male police department. So you want to kind of think of her coming from the outside, bringing her experience and trying to have others around to take her seriously. And it's very dark. I would describe this series as dark, some comedic elements, very limited. Like Holly Hunter character sometimes brings this sarcasm just based off of who she is in the series and this aura about her. But it's so good. And I can't see anybody else other than Elizabeth Moss playing this character.
Oh yeah. And this is one like, I think you even started rewatching it again, right?
Yeah, yep. When we were kind of compiling our list, Mika and I was like, oh my God, I have got to go back and rewatch these series. That's how much I love them. And I'm now on episode 4 of Top of the Lake, season 1, restarted it. And again, picking up little things that I even missed. I've seen, this was my 3rd time watching the series again, along the way, which I appreciate.
Oh yeah, and like we said, this one premiered in 2013. So when you think, it's almost like 10 years old. So, it's like you're watching it for the first time again. So that's great. Got some comments. We had Cody came in. Hey Cody, what's up, everyone? Don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. Thanks, Cody.
Appreciate that.
And Corey said hi to Cody.
I think we missed a comment from
just called it. Yep. And Cody said I was actually watching the Sundance channel yesterday. They had a Chevy Chase vacation marathon on. I love it.
The National Lampoon ones.
Oh no, those are so funny.
Oh my gosh. All 3 of them.
Oh yes.
3, right? Yes.
No.
Right? Vegas and
European.
Yeah, there's 3, right?
With Chevy Chase?
Yeah, Cody, let us know. I want to say there's 3.
Yeah. We watched Christmas Vacation. Oh, and Vacation the most. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was our number 7 pick. Okay, so going down to number 6, and we just were talking about this actress in Top of the Lake, and that is going to be Detective Grace.
Hannah
Darko. I love that last name.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Grace. And played by another amazing actress,
Holly Hunter. Oh yes.
So love her.
Stellar. And again, like can Holly Hunter do any wrong? Honestly,
I don't think so.
There's some people where I'm like, oh, you don't rate ever below like an A-, let's say.
And we need more Holly Hunter on TV.
Oh, thank you, Cody. There was 4. Oh, I'm missing one.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought it was more than that.
Ooh, okay, thank you, Cody. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
Oh my God! So Detective Grace and Hannah Darko, love this series. Oh, again, so short-lived. Well, not short-lived in the sense that I could have actually watched multiple seasons of Saving Grace.
Yeah, I think it was 3 seasons for this one.
Yes. Oh, I felt that was so premature, but I appreciate the 3. The one thing that I love about this series was it was it gave me a little bit of like Touched by an Angel, but not really, if that makes sense. Holly Hunter's character is exceptional in this. And so she plays Grace, obviously. She's a detective on a small police force. And, she's very rough around the edges. A good cop, for sure. But we come to find out in the series that she's battling major demons. So you figure out kind of like what happened to Grace, informed who she is in terms of her personality, how she interacts with others around her, how she interacts in intimate relationships. And then also we learn about how she processes her emotions just based off of loss she's experienced in her family. But the one thing that I love is her heart. She, even though she seems a bit rough around the edges, you can see that she genuinely cares about the job that she's doing. Goes to like a bat for the people that she protects and serves, and then very much has this really unique relationship in the series with her nephew, which I think really formed why I love the series so much.
Yeah, and I would say the one thing I liked about Grace, I liked and disliked, was that she did live life on the edge, but when she did that, it got her into some serious trouble. So you have a cop who's not really engaging all the time in the best decision making, and that's kind of the premise of the show, like Saving Grace, like Kira said, a little bit of Touched by an Angel. We are introduced to Grace, kind of living on the edge, not making smart decisions, and her choosing not to make the right decision on a certain occasion could cost her everything. And then we kind of start the show from there. But I think that plays really well with the show, because you have a cop she knows, kind of like she doesn't really get too hard on people because she's kind of dealing with her own.
Right, and I felt like if you were the bad guy in the series, by all means, she wasn't holding back. Like she felt nothing in terms of like those who did wrongdoing or who victimized others. But she was a great advocate, like for victims, if you will. So, and then very close. I love the series because there's really close camaraderie between her partners. So like that is a really good element in the show. You actually see police officers getting along and having each other's back, and it's based in Oklahoma City, which is also unique. So you get to have a lot of elements there, which is his own character. But the title in and of itself explains what it is. It's Saving Grace, her trying to figure out how to save herself.
Oh yeah, and it really plays, like you said, the angel, her dealing with the angel on her shoulder. She has a really tense relationship with her faith, kind of feeling like God has kind of abandoned her, and you have and you have this kind of angel literally in her face trying to get her to re-engage in that faith and to kind of not lose herself to kind of the good that's around her. So I think this such a unique show. This was great. I think the writing, like for TV shows kind of back in the day, was just awesome.
And then TNT, another TNT.
TNT was killing it.
TNT was giving it. They were giving the girls and guys and all what we needed. They were.
Oh yeah. Oh, and this one was This was 2007.
Look at that.
Last 2007. Yeah, like I said, this one had 3 seasons, but I think this is one too. You have to
purchase it. You can either buy it. You can buy it. Come on, physical media. You can buy physical media and watch the series. You can also purchase episodes or buy the seasons. Yes, it's not available, unfortunately, on streaming. Come on, streaming. Put my Saving Grace on there. Licensing and everything, but hopefully. But yes.
Oh yes. Okay, I got some comments. So to go back to the National Lampoons, Vacation European Chris. Oh, Vegas.
Vegas. Okay.
Vegas. Okay. Yeah, so you was forgetting Vegas.
Oh my God. My favorite scene, Cody, from the European episode is that rotary.
Oh, the rotary, yeah.
Going rounds and round.
Oh yeah, and then Corey says Saving Grace is a great one. And
yeah.
what's up, Paydale?
Bill?
Cody says, I never knew what Saving Grace was about, but my grandma loved that show. Sounds good.
It was very good. And I will say her Angel Earl is the most unconventional angel you would ever see, who smoke or drinks.
Yeah, but the great thing about Earl is he's similar to Grace. You're not perfect, you know what I mean? It's about embracing not being perfect, but really taking a look in the mirror to see, like, kind of get your ish together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think Earl's whole thing too was like he was primarily tasked with getting Grace to examine her past so that she could be the best version of herself. Because if she doesn't, there's no way she could be a whole person and care for her nephew and really truly care for others if she didn't.
And be a cop. I mean, hello. Dell said, "Hey, chat, who has been mentioned so far?" Oh, okay. We can kind of go through kind of our list real quick for you, Dell.
Oh, yes.
So I'll just count down. I'll count down and just see, because we're at number 6. So we can give you so number 10 was Under the Bridge. We did Officer Cam Bentland, who was played by Lily Gladstone. Number 9 was Teresa Colvin in the Chicago Code,
played by Jessica Biel.
Number 8 was Lydia Adams, Southland, played by Regina King. Number 7 was Detective Robin Griffin in Top of the Lake, which was played by Elizabeth Moss. And now we're at number 6 with Detective Grace Hannah Darko from Saving Grace, played by Holly Hunter. Okay, and I think we just had some more comments. Let me just see. Okay, and Cody said, you guys have watched Big Sky?
Yes, I watched Big Sky, Cody. Mika has not watched it. I really enjoyed Big Sky. Like, come on, my private investigators. Jenny Holt. I hope I'm saying her name right. Was it? Jenny Holt was my main.
Is that the one from the preview? Was Ryan Philippine in that? Oh, no.
I digress. I can't even talk about how Ryan Philippine was in it.
Okay, but that's the one I'm thinking, right?
I won't do too much here, but such a good series. I absolutely enjoyed that series. And Mika, you still got to watch that. You can watch that on Hulu. That was on CBS, I think, but you can watch it through Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't renew it. It's done, from my understanding.
Oh, really?
I think they've ended Big Sky.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. And Cassie was like 2 private investigators. But one was a cop and a private investigator, like working side by side, trying to kind of figure out what's going on in Big Sky.
Oh, yeah. No, Cody said, haha, he was. Okay. So that's the one I'm kind of thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it was canceled. Look at I'm upset by it. Oh, it has Michelle Pfeiffer's. I remember Michelle Pfeiffer's sisters in it too. Dee Dee Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Oh, but okay. You guys said it was canceled. So wait, should I invest in it? Like, does it wrap?
Yes, I would invest in it.
Oh, do it wrap itself up though, or is it going to leave?
I feel like it's open ended, but it's good. I'm okay. It did enough for me. It didn't do enough for me, but I wasn't like left feeling. Ugh.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to number 5 because we're moving along. And our number 5 is Chief Brenda Lee Johnson from The Closer.
Thank you.
Played by another one of our favorites, Kira Sedgwick.
Oh, yes.
And you guys, we're saying that thank you because that's like Brenda's signature thing. Like,
and can I throw something in here, Mika? Like, if anyone has ever seen an interview about Kira Sedgwick talking about Brenda Lee Johnson, her playing this character on The Closer, she always said like the thank you was almost like a big F you, because it could mean so many things. Like, she could be like, oh, thank you, which basically means F you, or like thank you being kind, and just encompass so much. And I'm like, oh my God, I love that.
Too. I mean, that's the thing with the Southern charm, because they always say that like Southerners can kind of be insulting you and kind of greeting you at the same time.
Love it. Love it. Got to do a double take.
I know, and that was kind of Brenda, but oh my God. Brenda was just awesome. And what I loved about her is it was another female coming into her department was really male dominated, and she took over the major crime squad.
LAPD.
And the one thing about Brenda, of course, no one was happy to see her when she arrived. But again, she knows her job. I mean, the title says it all. She's the closer. I think in every season of the show, I think it was only one case, right, that she didn't.
Oh, yes. There was one case that she didn't close, but that one case was so pivotal. It followed you throughout the series, and it was such a unique case because you're like, oh my God, this series can't end without closure. We need it. We want it.
And what I loved about Brenda's character is when you first met her, people didn't take her seriously, but when she was in an interrogation room, she owned it. Her attention to detail was spot on. She commanded a room, and she just, I don't know.
And I love the fact that she would play like, oh, you gotta watch it, guys. We're not even doing it justice, but she would play dumb, like dumb herself down, or like act like she wasn't aware of like evidence and how to speak and talk. Just the way she would kind of catch people off guard and then go in for the kill. It was basically like, oh, yeah, I got you where I want you, and now let's really play this game. Like, because I'm always going to be one step ahead. It's almost like walking people into their demise.
Yeah, like closer. Like she was known for getting those confessions. And this show just was so great. This one premiered in June 13, 2005, and it has 7 seasons. And the crazy thing about The Closer is The Closer, when it premiered, had phenomenal ratings. This is what I mean about leaving the show, and the show is still great. And Kira Sedgwick decided to leave the show at the height, even in 7 seasons, the height of the success. It was still dominating TV because, again, she said you want to leave the party while you're still hot. And they did a great job with the series. I just loved Brenda's character.
Oh yes, and then the cast is awesome. And then one thing that I think that is like so good too with the series is, come on TNT.
TNT again.
I have to say, come on TNT for the content. Yes. I wanted to say that because I'm like, oh my God, another TNT.
Yeah, TNT.
Yes.
Hold on, we got some comments. Hey Holland.
Hey Holland.
And then Cody said Reba McEntire met her new husband during Big Sky. Oh, cool.
Cody, I did not know that. Was that the guy she ran the that retreat with? Like the husband in the show? Is that her husband now in real life? Let me know, Cody, now. That would be interesting.
Wait, I didn't know Reba McEntire was in it.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm going to check that out. And then Del said,
she was doing it.
Del said, right now, I'm a fan of Detective Veronica Jen on BMF, played by Kelly Hu.
I've got to watch that series still, Del, but noted.
Oh, okay. We're going to have to check that one out.
Okay. I've been wanting to start BMF. We both have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's our number 5 pick, you guys. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, TNT killing it, girl. TNT killing the game.
Come on, TNT.
Now we get into, because top 5 was hard to narrow down to the top 5.
Oh, yeah. And I will say about The Closer, it used to be available, you guys, for streaming on Max. I was about to say HBO, but we got to do this Max.
Yeah, I say HBO.
Yeah. Okay, come on. And then, but now you have to purchase the episodes too. I'm like, come on, licensing.
But see, physical media, I do have this.
You do have the box sets, yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is a good one. Okay, so number 4. This is another one that
we number 5.
No, we were number 4.
Oh wow! Get in there.
Yeah, so we're not going to hold the people hostage. We're going to get through this list. Okay, so number 4, another great series.
Come on, Mir.
Oh my God! And they just talked about too about making I'm not sure if you need a season 2 for this. This is probably a great one that was like a one and done. But I've just read an article about they may be coming back for season 2. I would watch it, but yeah, Detective Mayor Sheehan from Mayor of Easttown. The star Kate Winslet. I said Kate of Winslet. What is that?
I was looking at that like but Crown Kate, yes,
Crown Kate, Crown her, yes,
yes,
Kate of Winslet, because she is a queen.
Yes, I agree.
We'll go with that. I'll go with that.
We're gonna keep it.
Yeah, we'll keep it. Hey, crown her. But this,
you know what? It's fitting because she's playing in the series The Regime right now, so it's fitting.
Oh, and I gotta watch that one.
I know, HBO Max.
There's so many.
Too many TV series.
There's so many TV series, but this show, I'll say, let me see. This one premiered 2021. So this is a fairly, not recent, but is kind of recent compared to the ones that we set on the list. But this one you can find, it premiered on HBO with Max, like Kira said now.
Still available.
Only 1 season. And it follows Mare, office police investigator in a small Pennsylvania town. She investigates a brutal murder as she tries to keep her life from falling apart.
Literally. And can I say one thing? Like, again, come on, Kate. Like, Kate is an actress that, again, it doesn't matter what this woman, what role she is playing, she commands the screen. Like, Mara's as raw as you can possibly get. Like, you just know this woman is literally going through the motions of the day. She is a good cop, but very flawed, in my opinion. Like, even sometimes how she responds. Like, one scene stands out so funny to me. She responds to this woman, she's like, basically, why did you call me? Like, I'm trying to solve crime. I'm trying to, like, do real stuff here. This is who you call that non-emergency line. Don't call me no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but again, like, you can tell the town, people had a relationship with Mayor. Everyone knows everyone. And so you have that small town dynamic there, which is a good thing and a bad thing for various reasons. But you do see the humility of Mayor. I think that she tries very hard not to be in touch with her emotions in order to stay really her head above water.
And she's dealing with not to give it away, but she's dealing with a lot of grief from some family issues that she's trying to resolve, which kind of come up with this case as well. You know what I mean? So it's she's really, like you said, really layered character. I love the dynamic with her and her mother, who's played by another great actress, Jean Smart. Just them two together on the screen is just awesome. But this one was so good. I can't even rave about this. Kate
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And this one almost made, we were debating where to put this one on our list, but just a great series, highly recommended. This one you can still catch on Max on demand. So go watch it.
Oh yeah, very good. Enjoyed it. Ooh, and some scenes just left you speechless. Ooh, didn't see that come in. Whoop.
Oh my god, the twists and turns that happened in there. And then you have some surprising, like, shock moments. Like,
I know, I was like, oh wow, didn't see that coming.
I love a good true crime drama, and I love a true crime drama with a twist. And this one does a twist and then another twist. So you think you know who the killer is?
No idea.
Yeah, just this one.
Just watch it. Yeah, you won't get
it. Okay, number 3. We're going with our girl.
Come on now. Now, you know we could not have a list of TV cops without my Olivia Benson. Put some respect on Mariska Hargitay. We are 25. Talk about longevity. Come on, longevity.
Talk about, you have
come on, NBC.
Secureness with your job. With
oh yeah. Love Mariska Hargitay, we stand for her. I love the fact, though, too, that she's taken her role and actually encompassed like that in terms of real life, or very much involved with advocacy for victims of sexual violence. Does a lot of philanthropy that should be continued to be, she should be commended for. Very personable outside the small screen, too. But his character. Now, I must say, you guys, Mika and I, the one that we love us some Law and Order SVU, but when I say they giving you them episodes 20 plus, sometimes a season, if you are planning to watch this series, which you very well should, prepare for 25 years. You're catching up. You have a lot of catching up to do, but it's worth it for my Benson, my stimula.
Yeah, it's an investment, but like I said, this show is really, really good. I love Olivia's character because, again, and this is some backstory for Olivia, and they kind of give you this right in the beginning of the series. So she's a part of the Special Victims Unit, which deals with sex crimes, and her history, she's a product of rape. So this kind of really shapes how she takes on this role as an officer, how she deals with victims, and why she's so empathetic and why she's so compassionate. Yeah, and just a great character. And I love how the series shows her starting off like as a detective all the way up to the ranks as taking over for the commander when he leaves. But great series, and I just love it. And you can't think SVU without thinking about Mariska Hargitay or Olivia Benson. Just a great, great, great character.
Oh, yes. And what I would also love that the series did is it expanded more on the story depth of the character. So with Olivia Benson, we see her as a mother. Right? We get to see her take on these roles outside of the badge, which is also, it kind of just expands on the heart. We see her in relationships, some short-lived for different reasons, but it's a very well-rounded character. and you're holding that she sees a lot in this role, right? And so you see the raw emotion, you see the anguish, you see the shock, the tears, like it's dramatic, it's heartbreaking, it can be joyous at times, but talk about the character.
Yeah, and again, like I said, that goes to her experience. Because of her lived experience, she's able to empathize with victims, which is so great. And you kind of need that sometimes too, especially in the role of an officer, but especially when you're dealing with like SVU and these particular types of crimes.
Right.
Okay, so we do have some comments. So Dell said old school Angie Dickinson and Policewoman. And then Veronica Hamill and Hill Street Blues.
Come on, Hill Street Blues.
Blues. And then Dell said Benson would probably have been his number one. Okay, yep.
Oh yeah, Dell. Oh yeah.
25 seasons. I'm like, come on now.
Come on
now. Cody said Olivia Benson has been at it forever.
And Cody, I feel like they're going to give us 5 more seasons, 10 more.
Hey, and we still watch it. And think
about not running. Now that's a good and bad thing. The stories they don't run out of.
Well, you know what I love too, how this show does, how they take the headlines of real life stories and create them into episodes. I think that's really cool. And then Cody said, Del, he told Axon Del, did you ever watch New York Undercover? Loved New York Undercover.
New York Undercover. Come on, Fox. Do you remember that lineup? It was Martin, Living Single, New York Undercover.
Yeah, that was the killer lineup. Thursday. I think it was Thursday nights.
Oh, and come on, she could have made our list. Detective Nina Morales. Am I saying that right? Oh, come on, New York Undercover. They had Natalie's. They hang out. We used to. Me and
Kira, side note, that's another episode we're thinking about doing. So we might reach out to some people about that. That's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah, TV hangouts.
Yeah, and then Dell said absolutely, of course. And then Cody said, heck yeah, man, I love that show, but I feel like no one knows that but my sister and I. Nope, love New York Undercover. Again, like I said, that Fire Thursday lineup, Martin, Living Single, New York Undercover.
Malik Yobo.
Ooh.
Michael.
Oh yeah, Detective
Lorenzo, I think, yes. Oh my God, and he even had Ice-T being my villain.
Oh yeah, he was our villain in that one.
And then
Ice-T. I forgot his name though, but oh my God, he just killed me in a.
Oh my God, you know, you know,
what he did. Ooh,
my God.
I still have PTSD from that episode. Ooh, that's a good one, Kara. You like this show. How about Mary McCormick in Plain Sight?
Yes. Oh my God. And Leslie Ann Warren. Come on. Yes. That was my U.S. Marshals, you guys. That is an excellent series to watch in Plain Sight. I thoroughly enjoyed that series. Mika has yet to watch it, you guys.
No, I started it, but I never
finished it.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it good?
Good. I do have to go back to that one.
And that was USA, you guys. Come on, USA. They gave us something.
Okay, so our final 2, you guys. So, and this was tough, but these 2 we felt just love. So number 2, we're going with Detective Superintendent Stella Gibson, The Fall.
Gillian Anderson.
I think other than the X-Files, to me, this is like my this would be my favorite performance from her.
Oh my God, Detective. And first of all, I love you guys. Mika knows this. In terms of the titles that we have abroad, in terms of our rank, I love it. Come on, let somebody call me Detective Superintendent. Okay, put some respect on my name and the accolades that presented. I was like, oh yes. And Stella Gibson. I'm curious to see how you would describe her, Mika, but she is someone that it is very hard to figure her out. She does not give you a lot to work with in terms of it was still for me like a question mark in terms of her backstory. So you don't really know about who she is in terms of upbringing, childhood, those experiences, but you are holding that whatever those were has definitely shaped the person she is. Such an amazing cop, excellent investigator. She picks up on things that go unnoticed. Oh, can I say hell of a marksman when we were hitting the target? All right, give her a gun. She's gonna shoot and aim every time. Someone who does not need any I would say she's sexually fluid in the sense that it doesn't matter. She just wants her needs met.
She would do. I think if the roles were reversed, like if if the roles were reversed, if a man did that, no one would bat to eyelashes or say anything. But it is a woman who kind of she knows what she wants, doesn't care how it looks, and whatever.
Yeah, and I love it because she basically will say something that someone thinks that she does that was wrong. She'll point to the obvious about and why, like kind of I did this and this is why. There's no reason that you should be walking away feeling this way when I have no feeling towards that whatsoever. Like very firm. There's no second guessing her. Like what she says is what it is.
And sometimes for people that can kind of throw you off when you have people who are kind of so very sure of themselves, because she is so sure of herself. She doesn't make any apologies for who she is. She's very direct. She commands a room. She expects her officers on her case to kind of do their job and not really to question what she's kind of giving you. And you really can't, even though people do get upset with her, you really can't be upset with her because she knows her stuff. And it's like, just get the job done,
And another thing I liked about this series is it's very it's a great cast, but I love how there's emphasis in with regards to the roles that women take in this series.
Mm-hmm.
So our medical examiner riding the motorcycle, like taking charge in that role. We have police detectives, patrol women. Like it's really, I think they did a great job in terms of fleshing this script out and putting women in these like dynamic roles. Like it really just shows that, hey, this exists, and we know what we're doing and take us seriously.
Mm-hmm. And I'll give a little synopsis. So this show premiered, the first episode premiered May 13, 2013. So I was kind of shocked. This one is a little bit 10 years old too, but it's a psychological thriller and examines the lives of two hunters, one a serial killer who preys on victims in and around Belfast, and also a female detective superintendent in her quest to kind of hunt him down. And what I love about this series is we're following Stella at the same time we're following the serial killer. So you're right away, you know who the serial killer is, which I thought was kind of, I love that. And kind of watching them back and forth throughout the series, playing this kind of cat and mouse game. And she's able to go quite toe to toe. Gillian Anderson, like I said, oh my God, like I said, next to X-Files, I know that X-Files is a favorite of yours. She just is so great in this role.
And can I say, like, there's 3 seasons, you guys, so you can kind of jump in and enjoy. All 3 seasons were great. Her character made me want to get like my silk blouses. Like Mika will tell you, I went through a phase where I was like, I want a wardrobe, like the way she was wearing these pencil skirts, these silk blouses. I said, for my job, yes, I am showing up with the silk blouse and the pencil skirt and the heels, and I demand respect. Like, where are you going? I don't know, but I'm going to work, and I'm showing up in this wardrobe.
Oh yeah, no, she killed it. That wardrobe was 1 point. Let me see. We got some comment. We did that one. Dell said some comedy. Niecy Nash. That's Deputy Nisha Williams and Reno 911.
Reno 911.
Oh, and Katie Seagal in the short-lived Superior Donuts. I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen Superior Donuts. Love Katie Seagal, so I'll have to note that one.
We'll have to check that one out. Thanks,
Superior Donuts. Love the title.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God!
Niecy Nash, she won't be returning, but she was also in the spinoff of The Rookie. I don't remember the name, but she played an FBI agent. For anyone who's seen that.
Oh, wait, was it canceled?
It wasn't. Well, if it returns, it's only going to be its last season, but she won't be returning. Because come on, Niecy, you got your films that you're doing. Yes, she won't be returning, so I won't be returning.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, so at the number 1. Hold on, I just got another comment real quick.
Oh yes, Holland. Yes.
He said yes. All the female cops are. Oh my God, laugh.
Talk about a show that if you just need to like escape and have fun and just laugh, like.
Oh my God! And I used to love when they like you pulled people over and you made them like walk and stuff. And oh my God, they just had me rolling on that.
I used to like their little their staff meetings.
Oh my God. I might have to throw that on.
Hilarious.
Okay, you guys. So we're at the number 1. And me and Kira rave. When I tell you we rave about the show, and how many times would you say we rewatched the series that we're about to say for number 1?
I I can't even say.
I don't know. And sometimes our friends get on us because sometimes I will not watch a new show and rewatch this show because it's so good.
Well,
And
we actually will rewatch series that we've seen multiple times just because it was that enjoyable. And why not? It was
and this one
enjoyable.
is multiple times. And that's going to be the number one.
Ooh, the suspense. Come on, Catherine K. Wood.
Catherine K. Wood, Sergeant Catherine K. Wood, Happy Valley, played by the magnificent Sarah Lancaster.
Oh my God. See, we need to give a moment of silence because if you guys watch this series, you would know why she's at number one. It will require no explanation.
And to me, when I talk about writing, this series is written by
Sally Wainwright.
Yeah, this series is written by Sally Wainwright. And when I say this series is perfection, this is some of the best writing I've seen, some of the best television I've seen. This series, it made you wait. That's how, because it spans some years. And I noticed with the British series,
oh my gosh,
you get a lot. So with US series, you know every season when it's going to start, when it's going to end. But no,
and just to kind of speak to that, like if you guys watch season one, there's 3 seasons of this. Just to give you the span, the first series, the child actor in that has to be like maybe, I don't know, maybe 7 to 8. In the third season, he's probably like 16, 17. That shows you how long it took in between writing and airing the first season, the second, and then the final season.
Yeah, because it premiered in 2014 and the third season was 2023. So that just shows you.
We were waiting patiently. You had no choice.
But the way they did it, like I said, it still kept the same characters. Like you said, the same child actor. When we see him in 2023 with the latest season, the final season, we have him as a teenager. So they did that really, really well. But what would you say about Catherine, Carol?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, like Happy Valley, I feel like the title is so funny because she's a sergeant in like this small, like rural town, and like everything that could go wrong in this town in terms of like, it's not happy by any means. It's beautiful. So I love the landscape is very beautiful, but in the underbelly, there's drugs, there's crime, there's grit. And she actually oversees a police force. And first of all, can we highlight that they don't have no guns? Now, that's a cop now. If our cops had to walk around with just that baton, and they, like my girl does and her squad does, please, right? But she walks the baton like nobody's business. But, like, she is seasoned. Like, we know Catherine K. Wood has been on the force many, many years. She is seasoned. She picks up on every single detail. She has a photographic memory. She calls people like to the table. She follows up on leads. She is empathetic to others. She calls you out when she needs to, scolds you appropriately. Has experienced a loss, which is quite significant to her story arc, is also raising her grandson. That's pivotal in terms of the story arc. Living with her sister, that's also pivotal to the story arc. But very layered character, man. Talk about dark, gritty. There is a lot of comedic elements in it, but it's heavy. The series is pretty heavy.
Yeah, I'll read a brief synopsis. So it's Catherine K. Wood is a police sergeant in the West Yorkshire community called the Valley, also known as Happy Valley, and like Kira said, is anything but. And it gets that kind of title because a lot of the town, they're dealing with a lot of some drug issues, and that kind of relates to the storyline. But you kind of find her facing this tragedy and how it kind of shapes her life and kind of how to mold her decision. And the tragedy from the past comes face to face with her in the present and how she kind of navigates that. And how they intertwine that in the storyline and how it follows all 3 seasons is so well done. But just Sarah, she kind of demands the screen. And to me, nothing has topped this series yet. Not yet. Like I said, this is one we go back to. We've rewatched it. I can't even count how many times. Like I said, it premiered in 2014. The last season we waited till 2023 before it came out.
We are thankful to Sally Wainwright, I must say. We are thankful that she was able to, mind you, she writes the series as well. So like we have to give her grace in her writing process. But quality. Oh my gosh, pen to paper. And then you have an actress like Sarah Lancashire who brings this to life and makes you feel every single thing. This will stay top tier. Again, there's not a series in terms of, well, first of all, there's not a series that ranks fairly high that's that's outshined it yet. But in terms of top cops, like she's still number one. I've not actually seen one yet to remove her.
No, and like I said, for television shows, that's high marks for me and Kira. We haven't found the TV series right now that's topped this show. In our opinion. So it used to be on Netflix. It's no longer on Netflix. This is a British series, but you can, if you have an AMC Plus subscription, you can watch it through Amazon Prime. I think you can watch it maybe through BritBox, but I would say this is one if you're gonna binge it, because I find it. I think this one will be hard to kind of stay. Yeah, it's just great. Hold on, we got some comments. Gary, you just was talking about
the rookie feds. Yes. Thank you, Dill.
And Cal said, "Oh, the twins are back. Hey, Cal. Yes, we're trying to come back." And
You'll see more of us. We have a lot.
Denzel said, "How you know a cop show is for guys? Female detectives are always in photo shoot ready and wear blazers with a button down." Sure, but only about 3 buttons fastened. I know. In the list we gave you, you are not seeing those type of
no. Exactly. One thing I like about our list is like, geez, that's not even like. I feel like that not even a factor with regard to like these women, and even when I'm talking about Stella Gibson's character in the silk blouse and pencil skirt. She is someone where, like, she's not wearing this traditional uniform. There's a femininity to that, but it's not overzealous, and it's not trying to use sexual.
She owns it. She owns that femininity. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's done in a very appropriate way, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. But again, what I love about Stella too is that she's not she kind of is not conventional. She doesn't believe in like that marriage or that you have to be tied down to one partner, where some people might frown upon that, but she kind of, that's who she is, and she kind of owns that. So yeah, I meet you today, bye tomorrow, but that works for her, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. I love that we have these flawed women, these layered characters, which are so great.
And can I say, like, this is not giving it away, but like the one like quote that stands out to me is like in one of her interactions, like the other senior officers, like, oh, you know, did you know he was married? And she did it. He said, oh, did you think to ask him? He didn't think to tell me.
Okay. So you guys, I think we're at number 1, and I don't know, I could do the montage again to
Let's do the montage again. We'll give them a little taste, a little snippet, because we had some people come in later. So you guys, we're gonna give you that montage again that kind of combines our lists,
and then we'll come back and say
goodbye. Goodbye, good day, depending on where you are.
So I'll play us out with this, and then we'll come back and say goodbye. So here's the montage of our top 10.
That'd be Detective Superintendent Gibson.
Yes, ma'am.
And that would be me.
This is Carol. It's Mayor Sheehan. I'm standing outside your front door. In the fucking freezing cold. This is Carol.
I'm Catherine, by the way. I'm 47. I'm divorced. I live with my sister, who's a recovering heroin addict. I've 2 grown-up children, 1 dead, 1 who doesn't speak to me, and a grandson, so...
We need them to talk to us. So don't say you're from homicide, just say LAPD. When people see you at their door and you say homicide, you lose them. And any chance of learning something useful.
Your mum says you won't speak to anyone. Should she worry? Sometimes when people are silent, it's because they're afraid of what they might say.
We have ample evidence that this assault did occur.
For what it's worth, I did speak with the club, alumni, and the boys' parents. They have a different story.
Don't they always?
I think we need to search the court. Rena's been missing for 3 days.
All right, look, if you want to take this to the dive team, you have my blessing. But it's going to be your name on the operations plan. It's your rep.
I don't like the fact that if this girl was found in an alley in Brentwood, this would be front page news. I don't like that there's a backlog of rape DNA of 3,000 cases. I don't like the skirt you wear. I don't like your hairstyle. I don't like that every time a man is within 15 feet of you, you push out your chest and your voice gets all kittenish.
Enough! Okay.
Can I go now?
Ma'am, you want to wait in the car? Backup's on the way.
Do I look like I want to wait in the car?
I'm coming out! Put those guns down or I'll shoot him!
Back up! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it!
Hey, damn it! Hey, everyone, calm down! Calm down!
Now listen, there are two of us and only one of you. If you shoot him, then we both shoot you. Right, but it doesn't have to go down that way. You put it down.
Dear God. Please help me.
I'm Earl. What do you need?
I get a call for help.
Well, you just did, Grace. Finally.
How do you know my name?
God sent me.
God sent you.
Yeah.
On your knees, nutcase.
Okay. So that's our list, you guys. Yes. And
and we would love you guys to share, like, in the comments section too, like some honorable mentions, things we should actually. I know I hear the birds. I love it though. A little bit
I know,
nature
you
here.
guys, I got the birds in the background.
Yay. But yeah, share us some recommendations. Give us your top female cops. Who makes your list? We'd love to see that.
And I'll just finish out with the last two comments. So Corey says, I still need to watch Happy Valley. Yes, please do. And then Dell said, I haven't seen most of these shows. Thanks for reminding me of them. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, Dell. Yes. Let us know what you start or what you're thinking.
Yes. So everyone, thanks for tuning in for our top 10 ladies in blue on the small screen. So
oh, yes. Thanks, you guys.
We'll be back. So bye.
Bye.